Day 40. We are at day 40, 40 days and 40 nights. That's how long we have been in this government shutdown. And I fasted the whole 40 days. Somehow, I don't know how, but I fasted for 40 days during this government shutdown. It's kind of impressive. There isn't, when there's a fire in the building, there's typically a fire alarm. And that alerts you need to get out and call the firefighters. When there's a tornado, there's typically a tornado siren that goes off to alert you, hey, you probably should go in your cellar because a tornado is coming. When there's some kind of storm or imminent danger, typically there's a system in place to warn you that, hey, you need to get out and change course of action because things are about to change. When a country goes through political change, social change, economic change, there are some warning signs, but typically it's, oh man, things don't work. It's a collapse. What are we gonna do? I think we're in the burning building. I think the tornado's coming, if it's not already here. That's the weird part about societal decline, collapse, whatever you want to call it, is that it actually typically shows up before it's official, before somebody decides to write it down, their shame of how they failed. I don't think this government shut down because apparently it might reopen, but the damage has been done. The damage has been done. That what's the next thing? Because this time it was over healthcare subsidies. What's next? Over Trump's golf course that he wants to build in the White House because he also wants to build this giant ballroom while people are starving. And I hate saying political things. I really do hate saying political things because now the knee-jerk reaction is, well, the Democrats, well, the woke, which, you know what really upsets me? I don't give a flying whatever F word there is of what the Democrats are doing. I really do. I'm one of the most apolitical people. I'm not conservative. I am not Republican. I am not a Democrat. I'm not a progressive. I am Ugandan. That's what I am. And I legit don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't get, like, we have real problems. I don't care if it's a Republican suffering. I don't care if it's a Democrat suffering. I don't care if it's Trump in the White House, Biden. Okay, I might care if it's Obama. Obama can do no wrong because he's half Kenyan. So I got to give him a pass on that one. But I really don't care what political party's in the White House. When I see a problem, I want to solve it. I don't care if I have to work with Republicans to get a deal done. I don't care if I want to work with Democrats to get a deal done. But I think we're past that in this stage of whatever chapter we're in American history. Honestly, I'm waiting for the part where we just, play a Bad Bunny song as we get invited. I wouldn't want anything more than just to hear some Titi mi pregunto si no se te novia, something like that. I don't know. I've been listening to the new album more because your boy's trying to prepare for the Super Bowl. I'm trying to prepare for the Super Bowl. I don't think the America that my parents came in 1993, my dad killed a lion and hopped on a British Airways flight with my mom to come to this country. And I don't think he would make the same decision in 2025. I think he would, either the lion would eat him or he would just miss the British Airways flight. But I don't think he would come to this version of America. And I actually have a deep, deep love for America. I love this country in a way that words can't describe. I love $1.50 hot dogs at Costco. I love black Santa Clauses at CVS. I love waiting 8 years for Stranger Things. This is what makes America, America. There's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can do. And while I have a deep, deep love for America, it's also collapsing. It is on decline, whatever you'd want to call it. The emperor has no clothes, but he has an OnlyFans account. It's one of those. The black pillings, if you're black pilling, if I use internet terminology, oh, give up, there's no hope. Or there's the naive thing where it's like, oh, just keep grinding harder. Just Instagram drop shipping, which, I haven't heard Instagram drop shipping in a few years. So I think maybe that wave is over. I think we're on to, is it NFTs or crypto or Nvidia stock? Who knows? I think both sides of the extreme are not helpful because they don't really give you tools. They don't really give you tools to survive a decline. Now, if you look at post-Soviet, Eastern Europe, post-Soviet Union, if you just look at Africa today, you know, the motherland, if you look at Southeast Asia, if you look at Brazil, you know, their societies are different. And in some ways, I think America's heading in that direction where I have a feeling like in 40 or 50 years from now, America's going to look a whole lot more like Brazil. So like, you know, you better get your funk on, you know, that Brazilian funk and start dancing and partying because that's what they do down there. But I don't think the America that, which makes sense. Like it makes sense that things can't change is one of the only constants in life. And I don't think Donald Trump is the solution. I don't think Zoran Mamdani is the solution. I don't think democratic socialism or capitalism. I don't think these are solutions. I think people are going to cling to these extremes, but I don't think they're going to solve the fundamental decline that we're in. Now, what caused the decline? How? I don't know. Some people might say feminism. Some people might say the woke. Some people might say Christian nationalism. I blame Cowboys fans, but that's just me. I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't. You know, I still have to, first I have to find a job. I'm going to be honest, America could decline. Somebody could sack the White House. We can get invaded. I might have to do this video in Mandarin Chinese or Russian or Spanish. But as long as I can pay some bills, that's really all at the moment that I care about. Because I got to survive first before I worry about society. I got to first put on my own breath mask or whatever, you know, put on my own mask before I put on the mask of the next person next to me. And while America is going to go through changes, so will I. And as long as I got an internet connection and a working camera, I would say my perspective. Thanks for watching this video. My socials will be linked down below and at the end of this video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.